Mic set up.
And let's get some people rolling in here. Jeez, dude. I cannot get this. My chain is in the way. Stuff is in the way. There we are. Let's get you set up so that... Oh, damn. Just zoomed in. This is going to be a live Q&A and meal prep again. Sorry, there's just like raw chicken sitting there. That's kind of gross. I apologize, but oh well. Is what it is. Oh, I should actually play some copyright-free background music because I'm probably not going to be talking a lot for the first little bit because I have chicken here and I got tenderloins, so I got to like pull the tendon out. It's actually really disgusting. So, but hopefully some people get rolling in. And I'm going to start here. While no one's in here, I am 3 weeks out from comp right now. Powerlifting competition, that is. So that's an exciting time. Or no, not 3 weeks. I'm 2 weeks out. Like, kind of crazy whenever you think about it. That in like I compete January 18th. It's January like 2nd right now. So we're talking like 16 days before I compete. It has been over 6 months. I competed in June, and now I'm going to compete in January of this year. So it has been a minute since competition, and I am very much looking forward to that. Prep has been going good, been hitting good numbers. If you do follow me on social media, you would see that been hitting PRs like every single week in powerlifting training, which is very nice. We hit the heaviest weights kind of last week, in the week or the block before, and then we'll be hitting still heavyweight, but with fatigue being so high, we will not be hitting anything crazy for the next couple weeks of training, but hopefully we'll get to it. Now some people are rolling in. What's up, Vicky? I always hope that I say the names right. Like, obviously that's a pretty easy one, but some people roll in and they have some complicated names. They ask some questions, and I would love to be polite and reference them, but I can't because I don't know how to pronounce y'all names sometimes. Sorry if this is gross, by the way. I am kind of like meal prepping chicken, which can be disgusting. So if y'all don't eat meat, I apologize. That's why it's not like front and center on the camera, so that y'all can't see everything. But ask y'all's questions. Anything, gym bro, gym questions, powerlifting questions. I am focused in the gym space, obviously. That's the content I put out. But if you have just random like life questions, I also do own my own business, so hopefully can help y'all with that as well. Business questions, powerlifting questions, really anything. I'll answer most things while I meal prep because it's the easiest time to go on live. But we are now. I gotta start my rice. Oh no. I forgot about that. Oh jeez. I also gotta wash my hands because I just touched chicken. Making chicken and rice because I'm the basic ass gym bro that everyone knows and loves, that only eats chicken and rice for 17 meals a day. Nah, it's cool. I love my life, guys. I totally don't wish that I didn't eat chicken and rice and wish I had friends who actually talk to me or anything. It's cool. All jokes, all jokes. Kind of. Not really. Do y'all wash? This is such a like a dumbass question because everyone asks it, but like genuinely, Do y'all wash rice? Like, actually? Like, for real? For being honest here. It's not a lie. Because I do. I rinse it out, but I don't, like, take it as seriously as some people do. Some people are crazy. Whenever I first heard, like, the term, like, washing rice, I thought people were, like, putting, like, rinsing it until it was, like, clean. And I would do that, and then my rice would come out like trash. You never washed rice. Yeah. I don't blame you, dude. It feels like a waste of time, but I feel like a disgrace if I don't. Yeah, it's probably good. Touch more in there. Being in the powerlifting community, you obviously talk about food just a ton. And the amount of people that I talked to and then yelled at me for not washing my rice, now I feel peer pressured into doing it. So here we are. Gotta love it. Now I gotta... My sink is right here, and there's a cord for my light, like right here. So I gotta walk behind y'all. Jump scare. Got you. All right. Don't look at the dishes in my sink. Okay. I'm just rinsing my rice out real quick, guys. Oh, God. Ask some questions, fellas. What are we doing here? Also, if you have not invested in a rice cooker, guys, and girls, and ladies. Ladies cook rice too. Sorry. It's probably like the easiest thing and the best investment to ever make is a rice cooker. Because cooking rice on a stove doesn't do it. Doesn't do it the way you would want. Always inconsistent, always trash. In a rice cooker, 90% perfect all the time. That's washed enough. Throw that on there. Let me throw this away. And let me put the rice back before I forget. Ooh. Also, I'm kind of cheap whenever it comes to buying like kitchen stuff, even though that I cook a ton. So like this rice cooker, I got it on Goodwill. What do you use for seasoning for chicken and rice? So for the rice, I use coconut oil to give it a gooder taste. What am I saying? A better taste. And then for chicken, I have, let's move over this way. I always put it in the oven because I'm lazy. And I have this cabinet of spices, and I just grab shit, honestly. So like I have ground paprika. I got cayenne pepper. What else we got? Some onion powder. That sounds good. And then always salt and pepper. And then usually that's enough like base flavor that I can just throw whatever sauce on top. So like I just have a fridge full of sauce like the 20-something-year-old I am. Because it's pretty locked in at that point. Top tier sauces, Chick-fil-A sauce, Polynesian from Chick-fil-A. And then I do like buffalo all the time. And then I have vegetables that I cook sometimes, but I always forget to, and then I never eat it with vegetables, which is fine. Vegetables are kind of a scam anyway. That's a joke, by the way. Please eat some vegetables, get some micronutrients in. I'm just lazy. I'm also going to be massaging this chicken. Don't get weird about it. That should be good. I also don't measure anything. Takes way too much time. Oh, I should preheat the oven. What a silly. All right. And then I just throw all the spices on it. I forgot to put coconut oil in the rice. Someone remind me to put coconut oil in the rice once I'm done. Yes, I only buy like steamed bagged vegetables. I don't do anything that's like fresh vegetables that I'm gonna have to cut because I'm too lazy for that shit. If you're spending your time like cutting vegetables during meal prep, brother, got way too much time on your hands. Is that a lot of cayenne pepper? Yeah, probably. Also, random idea. Paprika. Does it taste like anything? Like actual? Like, I've never had anything with paprika in it and been like, taste the paprika. Whatever. Yo, Peggy Hill in the house. Peggy Hill being your username is still top tier. Top tier username. Top tier guy. I'm going to massage this chicken, and if y'all get weird about it, we're done. We're calling it quits. Okay? Because you got to get the flavor in there, and it's going to sound crazy on the mic. And if you all say something, I'm done. I'm blocking all of you that make a joke about the chicken. I've grabbed too small of a pan, but that's all right. Ooh. Did you just say you ate paprika? Like with a it was like with a spoon, or you just dumped it in your mouth? Oh, I wonder if it's one of those things. This is gonna sound real specific. But you know, one of those things that you don't know it has a taste until you like taste it on its own. Like if you've all ever made like Chinese food at home or like Asian inspired dishes, and you need to use like fish sauce or like oyster sauce or something, you don't think it has a taste, but then you like lick some out of the bottle, and then you realize that it does have a taste, and it's super potent and it's super gross. Bet you that's paprika too. Makes sense. All right, this pan completely overcrowded. That's fine. Good for it. Yeah. If someone donates me $1,000, I'll lick my hand right now after eating raw chicken or touching raw chicken. Just kidding. 1, don't have enough subscribers for you to donate. 2, don't want salmonella. I do have a theory though that salmonella is fake. I've never had it. I eat chicken all the time. Ooh. You put paprika in your hand and ate it, dude. That's like um like actual little kid type hilarious. And completely adds up for a 4-year-old to do it. Sesame oil's fire. I used to cook with it a lot. I'm just lazy and I haven't gone and buying some. Because, you know, if I can avoid the grocery store, I do it at all costs. That's like the goal. Never go to the grocery store. Put all the spices back. Put that up there. Boom. Dope. Now we just wait for the oven to preheat. And now I can actually answer y'all's questions if you have any. Oh, maybe I do. I might have sesame oil. Maybe. Hey, I got some. I'm gonna put some on now. Why not? Get a little in there. Beautiful. I don't know how to season food, so I just kind of put shit on it, like throw stuff on it, and then hope it tastes good. Yeah, height and weight, 6'5", 255. Pure muscle, and never mind, not gonna make that. I was gonna make a nasty joke, but I didn't. No, real height and weight, I am 5'6", 180 pounds, roundabout. Yeah, I just started the channel back in like June, so I've posted shorts every single day, and then I post long form, usually like gym videos, once or twice to 3 times a week, sometimes once a week if I get like lazy. Used to be 3 days a week, and then that got to be like way too much, so I dropped it down to 2 days a week. And then I do live streams like here and there, and live streams help the most. I look so tall because one, the camera angle is like below me, so it's facing up, and two, my like house, my apartment, for some reason have like the lowest cabinets in the world. So that's why, one of the reasons why I picked this apartment. Are you a personal trainer? I am. So I am a personal trainer during like the day. So morning hours, like 5 a.m. to like 12, 1, 2 p.m. And then I coach lifestyle clients online, and then I coach powerlifters online as well. And then I compete in powerlifting as well. And I'm currently have a prep series because I'm 2 weeks out from competition. A prep series called Project 444, where I'm going for all 4 state records in my respected division and in my state weight class, all that stuff. I don't know why I look so tired right now. I promise I'm not. It's like 1:50 here, so like in the PM. We're good. I think it's the lighting. Makes my eyes look baggy. Oh, oven preheated chicken going in. Again, I meal prep the laziest possible way. So rice cooker for the rice, oven for the chicken, and then just roll with everything. 1 second, I'm gonna grab a drink. We back. This is a SodaStream Dr. Pepper. I cook the chicken for like 20 minutes, and then I'll flip it. Usually I get chicken thighs so they don't get like dry. But no, usually it's like 15, 20 minutes. So I just look at the clock, it's 1:50, and I just put them in. So at 2:05, 2:10. And then I have a trusty little thermometer that'll actually check the temperature of the chicken. I would never use one of these, and then I'd always have really dry chicken. And then one day, I was walking through Walmart, and this was in the clearance aisle. You know, there's like the big yellow signs at Walmarts that have clearance. Yeah, and I went in there, and this was for like $1 because the package was ripped. So I got it. Works like a charm. And I'll just stick it in like the fattest one. Pause. That's crazy. And check the temperature for like I think it's 165 is supposed to be the temperature. I pull it at like 160, 162-ish. Try to. And then usually it's like decent because it cooks through after you pull it out. Pause again. Jesus. What is happening right now? But ask away your questions. I feel like we haven't gotten any questions. I mean, you asked if I was a personal trainer, but any like gym related questions, programming questions, life questions, I don't care, personal questions, not too personal, you'll know if you cross the line probably. But any questions that you want answered about fitness, health, powerlifting, anything, I should be able to answer them to the best of my abilities, and should be pretty decent. So until we get some good questions, I guess I'll just talk about myself and say the same thing that I've been saying. 2 weeks out from competition, have a prep series going on now on YouTube that we're releasing 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually about prep. Anything to help with energy on slow days. Yeah, a ton of caffeine. I am an advocate for caffeine. Probably shouldn't be, like to the point that I am. I consume a ton of caffeine, and that's just how I choose to live, but I haven't tried it yet. I know that there's like now coming out with more kind of like productivity drinks, like Newtonic is one from James Smith and Chris Williamson. That's probably going to be the best option if you're like dragging, because caffeine peaks, crashes, peaks, crashes. So, and caffeine can also really affect sleep. Caffeine has a half-life of like 5 to 6 hours, which means if you have 200 milligrams at 12, by 5 o'clock, there's still 100 milligrams of caffeine in your system. You might not feel it, but there is. Yeah, it's probably not good for the old cardiac system to drink a ton of caffeine or consume a bunch of caffeine, period. It's probably not good for your like nervous system, your heart, your sleep. Yeah, it's probably not good, but you know, we only have one life, and I'd rather be energized through that life and be a freaking beast, and caffeine helps with that. Now, I think FDA recommends that you keep it below like 400 milligrams a day. So that's like usually about like 2 like Monster Energies or like energy drinks in general is around about 200 milligrams usually. I know that Red Bull's a little bit lower. They're like 75 to 125 mils. So you should probably keep it on that. But if you want more energy, go the supplementation route, or like look back on what you're doing, and if you're sleeping enough, if you're chilling out enough, giving yourself time to rest, that's going to really be what helps you. Caffeine is more like a Band-Aid. Actual sleep is probably what you need. 3 Red Bulls during a 16-hour slow night shift, and I could feel my heart in my chest. Yeah, probably. That makes sense. Fun little story. I used to work at a grocery store in high school, and I worked 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and I would drink like 2 to 3 of those blueberry Red Bulls, like full sugar Red Bulls, and I would have like heart palpitations and have panic attacks. 1, because I hated working there. That was probably the root of the panic attacks. And then 2, because I had so much caffeine that I was just like amped. And I wouldn't sleep. I'd go home and be awake until like 2, 3 in the morning, go to bed, wake up for school the next day at like 6, 7 a.m., and just repeat it over and over again. Yeah, that job terrified me, guys. Working at a grocery store actually made me want to cry every single day. And I'm glad that I no longer have to do it. Very glad that that's over with. Glad I worked a high school job, and glad I worked a job that I hated, so I knew like the baseline of if I like a job, if I hate a job. But glad that I quit there. Yeah, probably don't have 3 Red Bulls within 3 hours of each other. That's probably not, or 2 hours of each other. Probably stick to like 1 to 2 energy drinks a day is baseline, which is like 4 coffees or something. Apologize for me trying not to burp. This is like soda. You know what a soda stream? Y'all know what a soda stream is. It makes water fizzy. So I have flavor in here as well. And I don't drink a ton of carbonated stuff. I drink energy drinks and I burp a ton. And then I'm drinking this. This is a whole liter. And I just drank it. So now I'm burping a ton. Apologize, it's kind of gross, but it is what it is. Any more fun questions about anything? Gym related, health related, wellness related, anything we got. If you can't think of something, I'll just tell more stories about my life and how I came to be a personal trainer and powerlifting coach. Might as well know my story a little bit. So I went to school like a normal kid. In school, I was always into like fitness, health, sports, played sports growing up my entire life. Football, basketball, baseball. Is it worth to work out even if the form isn't correct? Yes and no. So yeah, it's always worth getting exercise in, even if form isn't like perfect. But if your poor form continues to injure you and put you out of the gym, it's probably not worth it. But now, luckily, we have access to people with like PhDs in exercise science that we can watch on YouTube, like Dr. Mike. I don't think he has a PhD, but Jeff Nippard and I can't remember his first name, but it's like Menno Hesselman. He's on Instagram. He's always releasing stuff about form and technique. But yeah, I think it's still worth it to get exercise in, even if your form is poor. But you should probably focus on your form more than progressing at that point, because dialing in form is a form of progression as well, not just adding weight, not just adding reps or intensity. So, but yeah, still worth going to the gym even if your form isn't perfect. But if your form is the thing holding you back, then you should probably work on form more than anything else. Get that dialed in before you try to progress or take the gym more seriously. Yeah, as long as you're not hurting yourself, keep going to the gym. Form will also get better as you go into the gym more and more. Like, you'll just get used to doing the movements more. But there's a ton of good people out there who release good content about form and technique work, and you'll be able to learn very quickly. There's probably people who go to your home gym that know a good amount about form and technique and can kind of boost that for you and help you out. But yeah, if you're not hurting yourself, then form is kind of an overstated thing. People focus a lot on form and getting it down to like super specific, when in reality, if you're not hurting yourself and you're not taking yourself out of the gym, form isn't that important. Hot take. Sorry, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't have to keep seeing notifications. But if you're not hurting yourself, keep going to the gym, keep grinding, keep adding weight. Form will also come with more experience in the gym. So, but how did I become a personal trainer? I was just telling that story. I started personal training, or I started liking the idea of being a personal trainer in high school. Always loved sports, played football, basketball, baseball growing up. And then once I got to high school, everyone told me that being a personal trainer doesn't make money. So I was like, gotcha. So I went to college for digital media, which was a lot of learning how to like edit YouTube videos, edit videos in general, edit photos, create photos in like Photoshop. And then I did that for half a semester, which is like 8 weeks or something, and dropped out of college because I didn't like it and I felt like I could learn more through just doing it than I could going to school. So dropped out of college, started to get certified to be a personal trainer, then started personal training at my home gym, got a job as like the front desk person, and then anyone who walked in, I was like, hey fellas, you want personal training? And everyone said no, besides like 2 people. And then trained those 2 people for a while, got more well known in the area, and then eventually transitioned out of my town into a bigger city where I moved to, got a bigger gym job, they helped me get clients, and now I'm fully living as a personal trainer and online coach, where I coach lifestyle clients, athletes, powerlifters, and then in person I train anyone who comes through the gym doors and wants to work out with me. So that was a very long story short of how I became a personal trainer. Yeah, school is not for everyone, and I didn't believe that. I got out of high school and immediately was like, didn't go to college, took 1 year break, went into college, hated that shit. You spend so long like in school, like high school and like elementary and everything, and then you get out and then you go back into school, and I was like, dude, absolutely not. You're also like a full-blown adult at that point, so it's kind of weird because your professors, at least me, I went to a community college, so my professors were like 5, 10 years older than me. So I was like, yo, like you could be like my brother and you're telling me what to do, you're telling me all these things. It's just a weird environment for me. I didn't like school. I dropped out. And here we are making YouTube lives while cooking chicken. Really made it, guys. Really made it. Better than some people, I guess. Keep up the hard work. Appreciate you, man. I love positive people. So anyone who has anything positive to say, I'm going to absorb that and focus on that. So I appreciate the support. You a dog. And your name's Karen. And you don't seem like a Karen. So look at you. Breaking stereotypes. Go you. For real. Surrounding yourself with positive people is the way to succeed. That's like number one. I just made a post about this on Instagram yesterday, which is absorb the positive, focus on the positive stuff, fuck all that negative noise. You're going to end up way better. Positive attracts positive. I live in a city called Martinsburg, West Virginia, in the United States. So it's not as big as like big cities. And the only thing that I'm close to, if you like don't live in the area, is I'm like an hour from Washington, D.C. Like an hour and a half. So it's not a big city at all, but it's bigger than, I grew up in this town. My graduating high school class was like 86, 90 people or something. So very small compared to other classes and other schools. So this is big from where I come from. And then someone from like DC, Chicago or something comes here. And they're like, this is like a small town. So strange how perspective changes that. How if you grow up in a small town, something with like 1,000 people in it, then you go to a city that's a little bit bigger, or a town that's a little bit bigger, and you think that it's like the biggest city in the world. Kind of odd. Yeah. Small towns are a cool idea because like everyone knows everyone, but it's not cool. You live in Washington State. Number one, isn't that like the most crimes happen there in Washington State? I think I've heard that before. Could be wrong. Felt like they had the most crime in Washington because they have rules that you can't like not hire someone because they're a felon or a criminal. This could be incorrect, but I thought that was correct. Pretty accurate. See? I know my shit. Knew that it was a crime-ridden city. Does it actually always rain in Washington and like Seattle? Or is the weather actually like decent? Because you know, like some people think of where I live as like freezing cold, and then we get snow all the time, and we don't. We have like very mild climate. Gets to be in like the 90s. That's Fahrenheit for everyone watching that isn't in America. And the low is like, I mean, we'll have like some negative days, but nothing crazy. Does it actually pour in Washington 24/7? Or is it chill and everyone's lying? Okay, so near Seattle, rains all the time. Central Washington, great weather. Gotcha. I refuse to go to anywhere that has a high crime rate because I'm scared. West Side is Seattle area. I don't know geography. I mean, like, give me the map of the U.S. I can name. I'd give myself 45 states that I can name. Truly. Once we get to like the Midwest, whenever everything's square, I'm gonna mix some of those up. But like Washington, Oregon, California, got that John. Idaho, Montana. Like I could name. I'm telling you, 45 states. Also up in like the like northeast, where like Rhode Island and that shit is. I'm mixing some of those up too. Very small states, but I think I can name 45 states. Yeah, I refuse to go to Washington. I'm scared that I'd get mugged. I probably wouldn't. Okay. You might convince me. Maybe I will go to Washington now, just because you said that it's good for travelers. I want to so badly be like a travel person, go on these like vacations and stuff, and go places different. My only problem is I'm so lazy and I won't plan it. I'll be like, yeah, that sounds so cool. And then I'll never plan a trip there. And I'll just go to the same place that I vacationed at since I was like 10 years old. See the same beach over and over again. Maybe this is the year that I'll actually travel. Maybe I'll go to Washington. Maybe it'll go on the list. I want to go to Canada. I think that's a top pick for me. And then, let's see. Hawaii is so basic. And also, I'm pretty sure like islanders do not like people from the like Central America. Is that what we're called? Like continental. Maybe? Could be wrong. Continental US. People who are like in the, maybe I'm wrong about that. Don't fact check me. But Canada's top pick. And then, I don't know, I'd like to go to like Montana. I heard that they have cool mountains. Living in West Virginia, we have mountains, but like it's different. We have small mountains. They have like actual like ginormous mountains. And then Colorado would be cool. Now I guess Washington's on the top pick. But Washington has a lot of state parks as well. Could be wrong about that too. Is it? Colorado is I'm guessing that's gorgeous. But yeah, Colorado's up there on the list of places I would like to visit as well. Let me pull out this chicken and see if it's done. Let me get one of those oven mitts there. I should have had background music on because whenever I'm not talking, it's just disgustingly silent in here. That's kind of gross. Ugh. Don't know what just fell. Oh God, that's hot. Yeah, it looks about cooked. After I bake my chicken, I put it on broil for like 2 seconds. Way longer than 2 seconds, actually. Probably like 2 minutes. And because I like the little like burnt bits. You know what I'm talking about. Like whenever you grill chicken and it gets kind of like charred, try to get that in the oven. It never really happens. I just end up overcooking chicken, but it's cool. Any other questions about powerlifting, about gym, about lifestyle? I try to educate as much as I can and give out free information as much as I can because that's what I do for a living. Not give out free education, but hey, I was raised by my mom. That's the only reason I know how to cook. My mom, fun story. She like by the time we were like 8 years old, put us through like a class, and we would cook. And she would like teach us everything for like a week long, and then on like that 7th day, we would have to cook dinner for the entire family. And that's how we learned how to cook, like all of me and my siblings. Started taking creatine last week. Do you always recommend a loading phase? Meh. So I think a loading phase is kind of like scammy if you think about it. It does speed up the process. So if you take like 10 grams a day instead of 5, it's going to speed up the process of getting creatine fully saturated in your muscle. But that's going to happen anyway if you just continue to take it every single day. So if you have the like money to spend on creatine and you have the extra bucks to do 2 scoops instead of 1 for a little bit, go for it. If you don't, then just do 1 scoop a day for however long, and then you'll get to the same result. You'll get it fully loaded and fully saturated muscle. It'll just take a little bit longer. I think it takes like 7 days if you do a loading phase, 5 days maybe, and then it'll be like 10 to like 14 days if you don't. So yeah, 10 is fine if you want a loading phase, and then just drop it down. Or if you don't want a loading phase, don't do it. I'm too lazy and I'll completely forget. So sometimes I accidentally do 10 grams now. Is it milligrams? Grams? Don't know. I could check. It is grams. I was right. But yeah, loading phase, I feel like it was just an idea made up by like people who want you to spend more money on supplements, because you're going to get fully loaded up anyway after you do it for a little bit. Golly, it's hot as hell in that oven. Let that chill for a minute before I put it in Tupperware and let my rice finish cooking. Nah, no judgment ever. Everyone is in, everyone trying to learn, dog. That's kind of the whole point, especially with January coming. Well, not coming, it's here. It's the second day. In the new year, Happy New Year's, fellas and ladies. Yeah, people are going to start their fitness journey. That's kind of why I ran this Q&A, because I was hoping that some newbies would come up and ask some gym-related questions, because it's that time of year that people are getting into the gym. People are starting to have more New Year's goals, gym goals. Be nice if you already go to the gym. Create a space that people can like hang out. Create that community. Be nice to them. They're trying to start their fitness journey, and some of them won't stick around, but a big portion may, and you could be the reason that they stick around. So you should probably, if you're one of those New Year's goers, New Year's resolutions is to get into the gym, live a healthier lifestyle. Go to like a sick gym. It's a common phrase, and like, I'm not talking trash about any gyms here, but there's one specifically that claims that they are very judgment free, and it feels very judgy whenever you go in there. And the opposite happens with less commercial gyms. So if it's like a privately owned gym, there's only one in the world, or like a couple in the world, or a couple in like the United States or wherever you are. Those are probably the gyms to go to, because they care about their members way more than a big box commercial gym does. If your goal is to get fit this year and gain some strength, put on some muscle, go to a privately owned gym. That's my big piece of advice. And also, don't be scared to be a New Year's resolution person. Everyone in the gym space loves you all and looks forward to seeing you all in the gym, because I mean, we live there. Hey, you teach spin? That's like cycling classes, right? Like a biking. It's not biking classes, but I get it. Yeah, that's crazy. I do 0 cardio ever, and I would die if I did a spin class. Sometimes I go to, so my my apartment is like 1 level. I have like 3 stairs to walk up to my apartment building. I was watching a house for one of my friends, and they live in a townhouse, so it's like 3 stories. Running up those stairs, dog, dead. Never do cardio. I'm just lazy. It's like dancing on a bike. That doesn't sound safe. I think I get what you're talking about, but what I just pictured was like standing on the bike seat trying to. Anyway, that was not a good joke, man. Oh, this shit's hot. Well, I mean, yeah, it's cooking, but you get what I'm saying. Oh gosh, I just dropped that. That's okay. I was gonna say something. Whenever it comes to supplements, creatine's all I ever recommend. So, creatine, monohydrate, 5 grams a day. If you want to do a loading phase, you have the money to spend on it, do it. If you don't, just take it every single day. I take it in the mornings. Some people prefer it at night. Whatever. So, no, that's sick. Cardio and like those classes are underrated for people to go to, especially if you run them like big, like morning time and then like afternoon time, like once people get off work and stuff. Underrated fitness stuff is a spin class or like some people run like boot camp classes and stuff. Those are the way to do it. Spin, boot camps, all those underrated fitness stuff that people love and that get people started in the gyms. It's very cool. Very neat. All right. It's 45 minutes. We typically burn 400 to 600 calories. How do you get a hold of me? 1, 400 to 600 calories in 45 minutes is absolutely bonkers. Apologies for me eating or talking with my mouth full. I just bit a piece of chicken. Dose. If you ever want to get a hold of me, you can DM me on Instagram at @ThePaulCrone. It's the same as my YouTube name. If that doesn't work and you don't have Instagram, I have TikTok as well. You can DM me on that. It's the same as my Instagram name as well, which is at @ThePaulCrone. I don't think you can direct message on like YouTube. So Instagram, TikTok, best ways to get a hold of me. Best ways to contact me if you ever have questions, advice, hit me up on there. I think I'm the only The Paul Crone that exists. My Instagram, like, and my YouTube picture, like profile picture, is the same as YouTube as well. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the same name, all the same logo. Not logo. Profile picture, yes. And you'll know it's the guy who has powerlifting coach in his name. And the guy that looks like me. But that is meal prepping. That is questions answered. I wish we got more fitness questions. First of the year, guys. Let's run it. I'll do a live probably next week as well. Try to go on live like once a week for about like 45. That scared me. It was my rice cooker. We're good. Please stop beeping. But you all can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and here on YouTube at The Paul Crone. And we will catch you all in the next one. Releasing content Tuesdays and Thursdays on here as well. I have a video coming out at 3 o'clock today on here, and then I release short form content every single day on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, sometimes twice a day. So I will see you all there. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. DM me on Instagram, TikTok if you ever need anything, and I'll catch you all in the next one.